Chapter 9, Section 6 today. So just as a reminder, let's talk a little bit more about the Pythagorean theorem. And the Pythagorean theorem actually has, you can see here, it's a right triangle, so it only applies to right triangles. And you have two legs, leg A and leg B, and you have a hypotenuse, which is C. So the Pythagorean theorem states a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Or for any right triangle, the sum of the squares of the lengths of the legs is equal to the square of the length of the hypotenuse. And it's going to be important for this next section about special triangles. So, you can see here we have a right triangle, and a right triangle consists of a 90-degree angle and two 45-degree angles. And the legs on the right triangle are equal to each other, so they're both A. And then you have your hypotenuse, which is a C. So, according to the Pythagorean theorem, C squared equals both legs squared. You can see C squared equals A squared plus A squared, which is C squared equals 2A squared. If we want to find out what C is, then we need to take the square root of both sides, and you are left with C equals A square root of 2. So, in this case, if you have a right triangle, you can see that your hypotenuse equals the length of a leg times the square root of 2. So in words, you have in a 45-degree, 45-degree, 90-degree triangle, the length of the hypotenuse is the product of the length of a leg and the square root of 2. Now our other special triangle is if you have an equilateral triangle. So remember, an equilateral triangle means that all sides are equal and all angles are equal. So technically these are all 60-degree angles. So what I can do though is I can split this in half and make it a right triangle. So if you have a right triangle this way, then you have a 90-degree, 60-degree, and 30-degree angle. Now, here on your hypotenuse, since it's an equilateral triangle, if you take half of it to be your shorter leg, then you would double that and have 2A to be your hypotenuse. And then we would have to try and find out what our other longer leg, in this case B, is. So we have C squared, so in this case your hypotenuse is 2A, which would be our C, so 2A squared equals A squared plus B squared, our two legs. So 2A squared is 4A squared equals A squared plus B squared. Let's combine like terms. So you have to get rid of your A squared on the one side. So you have 4A squared minus A squared equals B squared. Now you have 3A squared equals B squared. Take the square root of both sides to get B by itself. And you can see that B equals A square root of 3. So in words, in a 30-degree, 60-degree, 90-degree triangle, you have your hypotenuse is 2A, and your longer leg is A square root of 3, where A is equal to the length of the shorter leg. So here it is in a 30-degree, 60-degree, 90-degree triangle. The length of the hypotenuse is twice the length of the shorter leg. The length of the longer leg is the product of the length of the shorter leg and the square root of 3. So we will do some examples and work on this tomorrow in class. So come with any questions you may have and enjoy your evening.